Allah, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Brakatah Yahweh, Brakatah Yahweh Shai. I'd like to give double honors to the elders, apostles, great millstone that teaches truth, 100% truth, according to the Bible. Do a quick in transit, daily events, things that's edifying to the word, to the elect, who we preach this gospel to. Actually, to the whole world, because only the elect is going to receive, but 2/3 is going to rebuke it, and therefore they market themselves. But just here watching the Olympics, and the Olympics goes all the way back to Greek customs. That's during the time of Antiochus and them, when they built some gymnasiums, and we had to, we went there and we merged in with the heathen. That's when we started becoming heathen, and we merged in with their culture. They would exercise naked, being naked, and the Olympics. When you break it down, I may do a lesson on it, to give more details on it. But it goes back to things their goddess of Zeus, which is a false deity. And Shlaki, I'm just getting in the car, it's hot down here. And I got these cloves in my mouth, which is good. Put like 2 or 3 cloves in your mouth and suck on them. But let me get back to what I was saying. But the Olympiads, and goes back, like I say, to the Greek customs, and the worshiping their Greek gods like Zeus and Hercules, I think. But always it's designed to bring the best of the athletes of the world together every 4 years. But I think back in that time they may have did it every 5 years, something like that. But one thing about our people, the Lord's people, Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, he said his people are like the salt of the earth. That means his people are going to be like the more gifted, the more talented, and our people are always going to stand out. That's why whenever we're given a fair opportunity in anything, we're always going to excel. And that's what the Lord put in, the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. They're always going to excel. We have the curses that are on us now, don't get me wrong, and we have these heathens that rule over us. But any fair competition, man, you're going to see our people going to stand out. And, these track and field events, man, I always loved track and field. I was always pretty fast growing up, man, as a child. But, that's another story. But, love those events, man, because you see, like, especially the long distance races, which I wasn't very good at long distance, but I enjoy the concept of it very much, because it shows endurance, and you have to kind of pace yourself. And I remember running track, running those events like 400 or 800, which is kind of pushing me, because I always excelled in the shorter distance races. But you have to kind of pace yourself. Sometimes you may start off, kind of start off with a quick pace, and then you kind of mellow yourself out and find a pace that's comfortable for you, and then you kind of pattern yourself to kind of maintain your breathing and to stay in control and keep an eye on your opponents. And just watching these events, it's a lot of strategy involved into it, other than just being athletic and being gifted. And you see those athletes, man, they run and they position themselves for that last stretch. And that last stretch, you can't go into your gas tank, at the last minute, or too soon, or wait till the last minute. You have to find that right approach when it turn on that last bit of oomph that you have, man. And I was watching the brother that was running the 400, and he won gold in that. He was like all the way back in 5th place, when he was close to within maybe 100 meters. He found enough in the gas tank, man. You can see the brother pushing it through. I forget his name. Shalaki for that. But he was pushing through, and he was gritting his teeth. And he surpassed all the other runners. And it was American. He's American. I think his name's Quincy, something like that. So he's a J. And he passed all these other runners, man. And he won the gold. But that's the same thing that we're trying to achieve also through the power of Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai. We try to endure all these obstacles and hardships that go before us. And it kind of reminds me too, when you go back to, I was watching the steeplechase in there, where they do, it's like a long distance run. And, you know, they have to jump these different hurdles, jump over the water. And, you know, I think it's maybe like 8 times around a lap, so I'm not sure about that one. But anyhow, it's a long distance run, but it's based on endurance and your ability to time your, you know, when you go through obstacles and stuff like that. And that same thing in this truth, man. You're going to go through obstacles. You're going to deal with infirmities. You're going to deal with things that's going to afflict you, whether it be bills, money, family. And you have to endure through those things, man. You have to pace yourself. You have to time yourself, you know, and staying in prayer, man. You have to meditate. When you're out there running and you got the air, you have to maintain a steady type of breathing, you know, like breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. And that same thing is in this truth, man. You know, you take the Holy Spirit in, and you build through that. You know, you let the Spirit guide you, because this thing is not of our own doing, man. It's of Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai. And sometimes, all the time, we have to take our hands off the steering wheel and let the Spirit guide us, man. Because anytime we put our hands on the wheel, man, we're going to fuck it up. You know, anytime we try to control a situation that we're not able to control, we're going to fuck it up. You know, allow the Lord to move through you to do whatever it is, you know, we're trying to do. And I say this to myself foremost, because I have to constantly remind myself, you know, we're not perfect in this world, man. And we have to be careful that we get beat down too much, man. We allow that spirit of condemnation to come over us, and we find ourselves that we're not worthy. You know, so we have to be very mindful and careful of that. Of course, we're supposed to be humble in the spirit, but not to the point where you just beat yourself down all the time, you know, because things are not going however you want it to go. You know, the Lord knows your path, man. He set that path before you. He knows what you're able to endure, and he knows how much temptation you're going to be able to deal with. If he wanted to lose you, he would have lost you a long time ago, you know. And like I said, I have to remind myself of these things also, because, you know, this is not our world, man. And we have to remind ourselves also that we are aliens to this world. We don't fit into this world. And that was pretty much it, man. Like I said, watching Olympics, I love the track and field events. And it just shows the spirit of Jakes, man. Because anytime, you know, your top athletes are going to always be your Jakes, man. And I love the wrestling too, the boxing, you know, those events. But always going to be your Jakes that's going to shine in these events. And even if they look like the other nations, if those other nations, those athletes are superior, 9 times out of 10 it's probably a Jake, you know. It's just a speckled bird, because like I said, we're scattered throughout the other nations. We look like the other nations, so we have to be mindful of that. When you're out here condemning people and calling them Edomites or these other nations that we don't know, but you try to spirit through the spirit. And like one of the brothers was saying in this video, if they're able to receive this truth, then they got to be Israel, because only Israel is going to be able to receive and understand this truth. So with that being said, man, all praise Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai. With that, say shalom.